Hello and welcome back to the Bostomator. Ryan Frick, your personal trainer here today. This tutorial will help you install the system correctly on your computer. The first couple tutorials that we went through showed you how to download it from the internet, determining which files to download and installing it on the computer. This one will actually boot it up and get everything running. First screen, after you select the icon or you go to the start menu and select the Bostomator, this will be the first screen that you will see when you open up the system. You have your end user license agreement again, and you need to read through this and be very comfortable with what this says, because by installing it and using the Bostomator, you are accepting some of the legal requirements as set forth within this agreement. If you don't want to accept it, you press reject and the Bostomator program will be shut down. You also, by installing it, is giving 60 days free use of all of the capabilities of the Bostomator, not just a part of it. This is a full-fledged estimating software for 60 days, and it will initialize it for 60 days. I will assume that you read it and you've accepted it. As soon as you do that, it will ask you where would you like to locate the database files. And it says, would you like to select a location other than the default? You want to select no here, unless you are installing it on a multi-user environment. If you are doing it multi-user, you need to contact the Bostomator so that way we can get you installed in the proper locations. But for right now, go ahead and press no. So when you are installing it, you need to make sure who the administrator is. So press OK here, and it'll bring up a dialog box to who that administrator is during the initial install. You need to make sure you know who it is. So I'm just going to put in a gentleman named Jim Harden. He is the administrator, and it's very important to remember what the password is. I'm going to put the password for this purposes right now. I'm going to go ahead and put it as yes. And not no. Oops, not no. And what this will allow us to do would be to remember it if you do forget it. But you want to make sure that you have this established, and go ahead and press close. And now the computer will boot up and will go into a login screen. The administrator has limitless restrictions to all of the application, whereas other people do. These are the employees that you have in your database. We had Jim Harden, and if I went in here and I put JJJJJ, it will say no, but here is your hint. It's not no. That's how. So it's important to know and to remember what that hint is. So I'm going to put yes, and then you are into the system. Once your system is starting to boot up, you will notice that it says you need to register your copy of the Bostomator and to contact us, so that way we can get all your components fully activated. It's a simple application, a simple way to do it, just calling up the boss, and we will walk you through the whole system. But go ahead and press OK here. Once your system is identified, then you start putting in your company information, all your primary information, your slogans, so on and so forth. That is how you install the initial program onto your computer. Take a look around. If you have any questions or any concerns about anything, like always, feel free to call the boss.